The market didn't misprice players today, it's mispriced conditions. You've got one game where contact converts into damage at an elevated rate, and another where the drop in HR probability is overstated by the odds. So that's where the edge is coming from, not in the names, but in how probability is being priced relative to environment. So let's start with underlying mechanism. Our first match. It's not just course boosts at altitude. We've got reduced air density, so it means that we've got lower drag coefficient and baited ball carry increases. Spin induced movement on breaking pitch decreases and flatter trajectories, so higher contact rates. Common dispersion widens and more pitches leak into hittable zones, so the real impact is not more home runs, it's a higher HR per contact conversation rate. So now layer in Quintana, he's got 5.63 ERA, his run prevention issues, low strikeout profile. It means that we're gonna have contact volume increases, pitch to contact archetype, so he relies on weak contact. That model fails here because at course, if we got some weak contact, it becomes average contact, and average contact becomes real damage. So his entire run prevention strategy collapses. Now Dodgers lineup, they've got multiple hitters with high barrel sailings, forces pitches into zone, cannot sequence around entire lineup. So zone rate increases and mistake frequency, contact quality, that combination shifts to the entire distribution of outcomes. Okay, our first pick is Ohtani. His implied probability is 31%, adjusted probability in this environment 36, 40%. So the delta comes from elite barrel rate. He converts contact into HR at higher than average rate. Elite hit speed, it maintains exit velocity even on suboptimal contact. Full zone coverage eliminates pitch type dependency. So pitchers cannot reduce his probability through sequencing. Now key concept at course, HR probability becomes less dependent on perfect contact, meaning that instead of requiring optimal launch plus EV, you only need playable contact within elevated launch window. Ohtani profiles maximize that. Also plate appearance expectation 4 or 5 ape. In-game adjusted curve, his probability is not static, it compounds across the game. This is not just best hitter, this is highest contact to HR conversion profile in the best environment, against a pitcher that cannot suppress contact. Let's move to our first one. We've got he's got implied about 22% and adjusted about 26-29. This is variance driven upside. He's got high swing aggressiveness, elevated pull side power, lower contact consistency, but high damage per contact. Now against Quintana, lower whiff rates, more balls in play, higher zone exposure, more hittable pitches. Teoscar's profile benefits especially from increased mistake density. So he does not need volume or consistency, he needs one pitch in damage zone and one high EV swing. Now combine this with course, his marginal contact becomes more dangerous, so his downside remains. But his upside distribution shifts upward. This is a classic high variance, positive skew outcome where payoff justifies probability. Our third one pick, he's implied on 23% and adjusted on 27 and 30. About this range. This is the strongest mechanical fit, elevated fly ball rate. He's got consistent pulse side launch, optimized launch angle bend for HR outcomes. Now apply environment, course increases carry distance, and home run per fly ball rate. So hitters with ground ball tendencies, they've got minimal gain, and fly ball profiles mean this per minimal gain too. Mansi falls in second category, meaning his relative age increases than average hitter. Now we've got some pitcher factors. They are allowing contact. They doesn't induce weak ground ball suppression. So Mansi will get at least one elevated pitch in optimal zone. And his swing path is built to convert it. So this is highest relative gain from environment plus pitcher interaction. Let's move to our second match. We've got inverse structure in this one. This is called weather introduces increased air density, higher drag, reduced carry, higher EV threshold required for HR. Non-optimal contact collapses into outs. So HR per contact conversation decreases, and now pitchers Nola his above average command. He reduces mistake frequency. Ria his moderated control, not high K but not reckless. So fewer high quality mistakes, lower HR baseline, but the market response is non-linear. And odds inflate beyond actual probability drop. So that creates our inefficiency. Our first pick, we've got Kyle. He's implied about 30% range and adjusted about 28-32. So why stability holds, his top tier exit velocity exceeds threshold even in dense air, and high pulse power. It's minimizing distance requirement. So he's less dependent on marginal carry. And because his baseline EV already clears HR threshold. Also, leadoff role plus 1 expected plate appearances increases cumulative probability. Also, early count aggression, assess mistake before pitcher settles. So, despite environment suppression, his probability distribution compresses less than others. And this is real environment resistant power profile. So, that's why I like it. Then we've got Bruce Harper. He's implied about 90%, 19%, and adjusted about 22-25. This is probability accumulation through consistent hard contact, high contact quality stability, and adaptive plate approach. So he doesn't rely on a single event outcome. He increases probability on repeated high quality contact attempts. Now the key, even in cold weather, high UV contact still clears HR threshold. So his probability doesn't collapse, it scales down moderately. But odds scale more, and this is what creating a gap between this. This is multi-event probability mispricing. And our last one, implied probability is about 11% and adjusted in a range of 13 and 16. This is pure pricing inefficiency. Now this is logic of this pick. Each game still produces mistakes pitches. Each hitter still gets limited high quality opportunities. So home runs probability never drops to zero, it compresses. But market inflates odds not like you think. So if real probability 14% and implied 11, edge exists. Now over sample, you're not betting this to hit today, you're betting that over repeated trials, expected value more than zero. So this is long tail outcome with positive EV. This is sense of this pick. Let's move to our recap. So our game one, we've got Ontani, his highest absolute probability. Then we've got Mansi, his highest relative on gain, and Teoscar, his highest variance adjusted upside. In our second game, we've got Kyle, his most environment resistant power, Harper probability accumulation edge, and Swanson largest pricing inefficiency. So core principle in here, you're not betting home runs, you're betting HR per contact conversation with implied probability distribution. This is sense of this pick.